Hey friends, welcome back to Llama Mama Kayla's Yarn Tube. I'm Kayla, and I thank you for stopping by for a visit today. I always enjoy visiting with you guys. I hope you've had a great weekend. I am recording this on Sunday, pretty late in the day. What happened was I went and laid down and took a nap, and I slept way longer than I planned to. Like I thought I would just take a little short nap. When I woke up, it was already dark outside, and I was confused about what day it was. Big Daddy wasn't in the bed. I thought he had already got up for work, and I don't know. I just was confused. I didn't even know what day it was. Ugh. So today I'm drinking some hot chocolate. I have this box of K-Cups that was sent to me by Denise, and so it is, I believe, 30 different flavors. And the reason why I'm going to say that they're mixed, well, it says all mixed, 30. I was thinking that some of them would probably repeat, but I don't know that they are, because the other day, remember, I had caramel apple tea. Well, a few hours later, after I drank that tea, later on in the day, I wanted some more of it. It was so good. And so I came and dug in here in the box looking for another caramel apple tea. There wasn't another one. So it was the only one in the box. So they must not repeat. I don't know. It just says a mix. But anyway, so what I'm doing is each day I'm just pulling out a random K-Cup out of here and trying it. There are coffees, teas, and hot chocolates in here. So today I went ahead, I brought my K-Cup over because I am making a mess right now because I knew I wasn't going to remember what it is. Hey, Big Daddy, could you hand me a napkin, please? Maybe two. Thank you.
As you wish.
Thank you, baby. I went ahead and brought the little cup over because I wasn't sure I was going to remember what the name of it was, and set it down here, and it's making a little bitty mess. I didn't think about it might leak out. So, yeah. I'm glad he brought me extra napkins because I definitely need another one. Okay. So, real quick, I'm going to tell you what this is. It is hot chocolate double donut salted caramel. That's the K-Cup that I pulled out of that box. Hot chocolate double donut salted caramel. So far, let me throw this away before I make another mess. It is really good. Really, really good. So, it is December the 4th. I don't know if I said that already. And the weather did cool off some here in Monroe, Louisiana. It was so muggy yesterday that it was just blah, miserable. But it did cool off overnight. I mean, I'd rather it be cool to cold and not just so muggy. You know, even if it's going to be warm, not be a muggy. It's better. So, I don't know what the temp is right now. I think it's in the 40s. Do you know the temperature, Big Daddy? I think it's in the 40s, but 48. So that's, you know, not too cold, but, you know, not hot either. So we're just enjoying that weather for today. So being the month of December, my son Dakota and I had talked about my December project, because I usually every year have a December project. In the years past, I've done different things. And so we were talking about different things I could do. He's the one that I talk YouTube stuff with and yarn stuff with and all. Not that he's really, I don't know that he's really into it, but he listens and he does give me feedback. So that's what I needed, was feedback. But anyway, after talking about that, he said, I'll figure out something for you. I'll take care of that. And I was like, okay, that sounds good to me. So he put together some little baggies for me, and each day I am opening a bag, and there is a surprise color of yarn that I'm adding into my project. So that has been fun. We're only on day 4 of it, but I'm excited about it. Each day seeing what color I'm adding. So what I'm doing is, I have this wrap here that actually my son Dakota bought for me a couple of Christmases ago, and I believe he said he bought this at Sam's. Anyway, it's a wrap. I think the term that people use is a Rona. I guess it's Rana. I don't know. Anyway, so it's just a solid back, and then it has 2 panels that come over. It's open and very airy on the sides. And it's just this panel on each side that comes over the front. So that's what I am crocheting. I'm starting at the back bottom. I'm going to go up, and I don't know that I'm going to make it the same exact size of this. I might make it longer. I did make it a little bit wider because I'm thinking I'm going to connect the sides, because this is kind of drafty at times with the sides being open. So I might close in my sides and just leave armholes. I'm not exactly sure what I'm doing. I'm day by day. I'm figuring out as I go, right? I am a fly by the seat of my pants type of girl naturally, so why not? But this is what I have going so far. Oh, and we also decided that I would have a base color that would kind of be like my main color, and I went ahead and started with my main color, which is a yellow. And so I started with the base color and did a row of that, and what I'm doing is I'm just going to add that color in as I see fit. So far I haven't felt the need to add it, and I did not count chains. I just crocheted this a little bit wider than the width of the back of this, and I did it a little bit wider because I wanted it to be a little bit bigger, because if I do close up the sides, I just thought that having it a little bit bigger make it easier getting on and stuff. But anyway, this is what I have going on. I love that burgundy, the way that came out on it. And so what I did was I finished off, I was working a row of granny stitches. I changed to the burgundy and kept right on going with the granny stitch all the way to the end. And then I just came back across the top and did double crochets. So what I'm doing on this is kind of just a stitch sampler. I did realize yesterday when I was working on the gray that the different stitches would show up better if each row was a different color, but I'm just using my ball of yarn and going as far as it will go. And depending on the stitch, sometimes it may go 3 rows, sometimes it may go 2, 2.5, or something like that. So that's what I have going on, and I like it. I like it. Even though the stitches aren't really defined, that you can see them that, wonderful on there, this is really good for me. Like, I can tell my crocheting is getting better just from doing this. And so just doing the sampler of different stitches, I think is really good for me. Like, this is the best exercise I could have done. I did make it on that burgundy. I did make it to the end, and that's the tail that I have. So I'm just going to tie my new color on and then start going this way. So what I finally did last night was I looked up I looked up different stitches and stitch samples and stuff like that, and then I just made a list of different stitches that I could put into this, and so that's what I'm going to do. Instead of sitting there racking my brain what stitch to do next, I'm just going to pick one off my list now. So whichever one I feel like doing at the moment is the one I will pick. So on this one today, the row I'm going to start, I'm going to do some shells on it, and hopefully they turn out. Like I said, I did not count my chain, so I don't know if I have an even number or odd number or whatever. I'm just, when I get to the end, if I need to fudge it a little bit, like when I come to the end of this row, it was granny stitches. I just put 2 double crochets, not for a granny stitch, but just in 2 different stitches there to finish that off. So just things like that. I'm just, you know, making it work, okay? Making it work. So I need to get my baggie and see what color I'm adding in today. I need day 4. Okay, I have number 4. And let's see what is in here. Okay, there is a pretty purple. Wow, that is pretty. Yes, I think that purple will look nice next to that red. So that's what we'll be adding in. Let me see if I can go ahead and find the end of that. Here it is. My mind just racing all the time. I'm always thinking about things, right? Just now, I was like, oh my gosh, did I let Phoebe back in? Because I let her out to go potty, and all of a sudden I was like, did I let her in? And I was sitting there, did I let her in? Did I let her in? And I was supposed to holler at Big Daddy to go check and make sure I let her in, but then I remembered I let her in. I remember now because she went to go in the kitchen, and he said, no, don't come in here. He's like, put her out to go potty. I said, oh, I just opened the door and let her in, so she's in. And I know you can hear Big Daddy in there bumping around. He is cooking some dinner. So he makes a lot of noise. I'm putting my strap on my hand so that I can crochet. I like this Velcro on here that, you know, so I can do it myself and everything. Because sometimes, even at night after we've gone to bed, I get up and when I can't sleep or I'm hurting laying there or something, I get up and go crochet. So I have to be able to do it myself. And I'm using a 7mm hook on this project. Oh, and I was going to say, I am using this strap to crochet with this. And what I have found, because I am working on another project that I hope to have finished soonish. It's got a ton of details, and so that's what's taking me so long. But anyway, and so I'm using a different size hook and a different brand hook and a different strap. So just as I thought the day that I was demonstrating these different straps, I'm using different straps for different hooks, different size hooks and different things like that. You know how some yarns just work wonderful with different hooks. So I want to continue using those hooks that I know work so well with different yarns and such. Or you just like using a particular hook for certain stitches. You know how it is. You know how we are. So anyway, I'm finding that different straps work best for different hooks and different size hooks. And so this is just a particular strap that I'm using for this hook in this project. But when I go to my desk and I'm working on a project there, I'm using a totally different strap and a different hook. So I'm glad that I have so many different choices. I thank you all so much for that. And I just appreciate you all so very much. Anyway, so I need to tie this yarn in. Big Daddy, have you seen me tie a knot? I figured out how to tie a knot.
You did?
Well, I'm using my hook here as a little finger.
Necessity is always the mother of invention.
And so that works out.
Yep.
But then I always knot this again at least 1 or 2 more times.
Okay.
But anyway,
Look at you, got it going on, girl.
Anyway, so he just hadn't been here with me whenever I've done that, so I wanted him to see that I figured that out. He's passing through, going from the den to the kitchen to the end of the kitchen. Guess he's fixing him some, well, he's fixing some soup, and I might be able to eat some. I hope so, because I am hungry. So we'll see. Hopefully I can eat some soup. Okay. One strand made it in the garbage can and one didn't. Okay, so I need to chain 1 and turn. I'm going to put a single crochet in that very first stitch to get me started on this row, and then I'm going to skip 2, and on the third one I'm going to put 5 double crochets. On this row I'm going to do shells, and it's going to change color in the middle of the shell, and that is fine. That's 2. 3. 4. Oh, this purple looks really nice next to this red. Now I gotta see how many I've done. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so I did 5 shells. I'm going to skip 2. 1, 2, and in the third stitch I'm going to put a single crochet. Yeah, and then I'm going to skip 2, and then in the third I'm going to put another shell. So I did a single crochet to get me started on the row. I skipped 2 and did 5 shells, and then I skipped 2, did a single crochet, and now I skipped 2, and now I'm doing 5 shells again. So that's what I'm going to repeat on this row. And when I get a few done, I'll show you how that looks. So we're making our way into December. We are on December the 4th. So today, let's talk about Christmas trees. Have you put up a Christmas tree yet? Do you plan to put up a Christmas tree? What size tree do you put up? I know a few people have already told me that, and I enjoyed reading your answers, and so that's why I'm just asking, so other people can tell me too. What are you doing about a Christmas tree? We do not have a Christmas tree up. I'm okay if we don't put one up. Big Daddy has keeps talking about it. He wants to put up a Christmas tree. I don't care if we do or not. I'm okay if we skip it. Last year we skipped it. We just had so much going on. In the years past, as our kids were growing up, I always waited until after the 10th. We always put our tree up like on the 11th, because our youngest son, Elijah's birthday is on the 10th. And so I always wanted to let him have a birthday before Christmas, you know, bombarded the house. So that's what we always did. And from the 11th on, it was fine. That was plenty of days. But I always just wanted to let him have his birthday before, so that, you know, his birthday didn't get lost during Christmas. Now I know some people have Christmas, you know, birthday like on Christmas or even closer, so that might not have worked out for them, but that was just for me. I just wanted him to enjoy his birthday and not feel like his birthday got lost in Christmas. And then we would put up trees. And my oldest son, Dakota, he was always like the tree Nazi. He wanted it just perfect and had to do everything his way. I think he would redo the tree once everybody else was finished and done with it. And now he has cats, and so I laugh about that, because he does put up Christmas trees. He's had his tree up a while. I think maybe since the end of October. I think that's Halloween is when he puts up his tree now. And he has cats, and so I laugh about that, because you can't really be a tree Nazi, a Christmas tree ornament Nazi, when you have cats, right? So I just think that's funny. And this year he was doing his tree in like royal stuff. He's all about the royals. And so was doing his tree with, like, I think some Queen Elizabeth ornaments, and I'm not sure what all was on there, but it was like things that he associates with the royals. Last year we did not put up a tree at all. We just had so much going on. I don't know. It just never happened over here. And I was okay with it. We do have a tall tree, probably like a 6-foot tree. And like I said, it didn't get put up. It's in the attic. Big Daddy had talked about before Thanksgiving he was going to get the boys to get that down Thanksgiving and put it up for us. And I was just like, I didn't say anything. I kept my mouth shut, and it didn't happen. I was just like, phew. I don't know. We just have a lot going on already. If we had little kids, it would be different, but it's just us, and I just don't feel like we need a tree. Normally, in the years past, I always have a little Christmas tree with lights and crocheted ornaments and stuff that I've put on the buffet right behind me. I usually decorate that for Christmas, and I haven't this year. The box of stuff to do that is just in that dining room closet right here. I can't get the box out by myself. I can't lift it and get it out. I don't know. I don't know if it's going to get done or not. I'm just going to be honest. I don't feel like I can do one extra thing. Like, tending to myself, my necessities with my feeding tube and things like that. Napping and doing a little bit of crochet is just about my limit right now. Like, I just feel like I cannot do anything extra. So I, don't know that that tree is gonna happen. I don't think it is, because I just don't need anything extra on myself. I'm trying to just be as simple as possible right now, and that's saying a lot for me. Just being as simple as possible for now. Over the years, when my kids were younger, they would have little small tabletop sized trees in their bedroom. We would have we would have Christmas trees of different sizes all over the house, different themes of the trees and stuff like that. We would always put a really the biggest Christmas tree in the playroom. There's big double windows in the playroom, which is no longer the playroom. That is Big Daddy's man cave, his den. It's nothing but his stuff in there. It's his room. Everything about that room is him, And he's the only one that sits in there and watches TV, because no one else can watch TV with him. He flicks channels. He does not like watch a certain, a whole show or movie. So, it used to be the playroom, and we would have a Christmas tree in there. But, and then, once they outgrew the playroom, we would, put one in the living room. But anyway, like I said, I don't know that that's going to happen for us this year. And I'm okay. Whatever happens, happens. We've always had really busy lives. When the kids were younger, we would just be doing homeschooling and going to events and things like that. So one year, we did not even get our Christmas tree put away until Easter. Yeah, that was a long time. It was in the playroom, so it was not in the way. But yeah. Okay, let me do this last shell here. And then, oh, I didn't even show you what else was in the bag. I did see a peek. I'm kind of puzzled a little bit about it, but I'm going to pull it out and see what it is, because I didn't get a good look. Let's see. 3. There's a piece of fuzz. Okay, I see. 1, 2, 3. Okay, one more. I don't know where this fuzz is coming from. So I can pull it and pull it. Maybe I'm putting it back. Okay. And then 1, 2. Let's see how this looks so far. Make sure I've done it right. Shell, crochet 1, shell. Oh yes. Well, that looks beautiful. I love that. Hand got caught. Okay, so that's what I have going on so far. So I really like that. And I like that purple on top of that red. That looks good. Very nice. Cool. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to finish out this row with these shells, and then on the row on top of that, I don't know what I'm going to do shells in the spaces is what I'm going to do. So I'll probably start that row on the end and then do shells in the spaces. But in today's 4 bag, I saw something in here and I was like, what in the world? And now mine and his conversation that we had the other day makes more sense, because he probably already had this. There's a couple of these in here. There's 3 of these in here. So the other crochet project that I'm working on is actually a whole scene. It's a Candyland Christmas theme. And so I was telling him ideas of what I'm doing, what I'm crocheting, and how I was going to display this and all this kind of stuff, you know. And he said, oh, in the back you could put a snow lift. And I was like, okay, I don't think so. He said, you could put a snow lift in the back. And I was like, I don't think so. No. And so he already had these. He knew what he was talking about. So these are some little, I guess they're ornaments. Yeah, holiday ornament. these little ornaments that are like little benches. Like, I guess I've never been skiing. I've never been to the snowy mountains, but I've seen it on TV. So it's these little benches, and I'm assuming that would be like riding a snow lift, right? Is that what you call it? And so he already had these when he said that. He had to have. And so he was telling me that I was putting in a snow lift in the back of this. Because we've been talking about this project that I'm doing since like October. No, before even October. So when he saw these, he probably got them for that project. And then he was telling me what I was doing for the project. And I'm like, no, that's too much. I'm not doing that. He already had those. That's funny. That's funny. He's so silly. I appreciate him. Oh, that salted caramel hot chocolate is very good. Well, guys, I'm going to let you all get going. I've enjoyed visiting with you today. I hope you have a wonderful the rest of your day. I will be back Monday for day 5 of this. I have to find day 5's baggie and open it. And I am saving these bags because my son told me that this project, if it carries on until December, he has more of this yarn, and he just give him the bags back, and he will fill up the bags with the yarn, so I can still have a surprise color of yarn each day. But this is day 4, and that's where I'm at so far. And like I said, the yellow is just a freebie color thrown in, and I haven't felt the need to add any yellow. I could have between that gray and green right here, but it's okay. Now, this part that I'm working on right now, this is going to be down, you know, like below my rear in the back. So I'm not even going to see this part. I guess anybody walking behind me would see it, but I'm not going to see this part. So, yeah, it doesn't matter. So, guys, yeah, I'm going to let you get going. I hope you have a wonderful day. And remember, it is a beautiful day to crochet. And I will see you all again very, very soon. Bye, friends.